The spring air was soft in Willow Creek, a quiet suburb where memories grew in gardens. James Harper, a father with grief etched into his hands, stood in his front yard, unfolding faded lawn chairs for Earth Day. 3 years ago, he planted a red maple here with his son, Liam, a 6-year-old whose body was frail but whose spirit burned bright. Liam's laughter still echoed in the rustling leaves. He'd chosen April 22nd, Earth Day, to plant it, his gap-toothed grin wide. "Trees planted today live forever," he'd said, dropping a drawing of his superhero, Captain Blaze, into the soil, a red-caped warrior with the sword of light. That tree was Liam's sanctuary, the one place cancer couldn't touch him. When he passed, James bolted a bronze plaque to a stone at its base. "Liam's tree, planted with hope, forever reaching for the sky." Every Earth Day, neighbors gathered, tying ribbons with messages. "We miss you. Keep flying. You're our hero." But this Earth Day, at 10:23 a.m., a white pickup with no plates screeched to a halt. A magnetic sign read, "HOA Compliance Unit." 3 men in dark polos and sunglasses spilled out, one with a clipboard, one with a duffel, one hauling a chainsaw. James froze, thinking they were landscapers at the wrong address. He raised a hand. "Can I help you?" Clipboard guy pointed at the maple, voice flat. "That's in violation. Not on the approved landscape plan. We're remo-VYing it." James blinked, heart-lurching. "That's my son's memorial." His wife, Sarah, stepped onto the porch, dish towel in hand. "You can't touch it." Clipboard guy flipped a page. "Non-compliant. Section 4B, unauthorized planting." James knew the HOA bylaws backward 15 years in Willow Creek, every meeting attended. No rule banned memorial trees. "Show me ID," he demanded. "Prove your HOA." Clipboard guy hesitated, a crack in his facade. Chainsaw guy yanked the cord. The engine roared. Sarah screamed, "Turn it off!" James stepped between the tree and the blade. "You touch it, you answer to me." The third man, silent and cold, grabbed James's shoulder. "Step aside. Official enforcement. Interference means fines or arrest." James wrenched free. "Enforcement by who?" "You're trespassing." The saw revved louder. Sarah raised her phone, filming. "This is a memorial tree!" Clipboard guy shouted over the noise. "You ignored 2 citations!" James snapped. "What citations?" "We got nothing." Neighbors gathered. Mr. Larson across the street, phone out, Jenny with her kids, one whispering, "Are they hurting Liam's tree?" Clipboard guy claimed notices were left at the door. James pointed at the brass mailbox. "You use that, or email, or call. You don't chainsaw a kid's memorial on Earth Day." The saw inched closer, its blade glinting. James's heart pounded like a war drum. Sarah's eyes blazed with tears and fury. Something snapped inside him. These men didn't know what they'd started. The chainsaw's scream drowned the morning calm, a sound obscene on Earth Day, aimed at a boy's grave. Neighbors emerged, some in robes, others clutching coffee mugs, knuckles white. Old Mr. Callahan, a Vietnam vet, shook his head, muttering, "Unbelievable." Sarah stood on the porch, phone trembling, chanting, "This is a memorial tree. You're desecrating it." Chainsaw guy stepped forward, blade VY bratting. Clipboard guy barked, "We followed procedure. This is removal." James planted himself before the tree, arms wide. "Not one scratch!" Clipboard guy sneered. "You've been non-compliant for months." James shot back, "I'm on the landscaping subcommittee." "That tree's not on any violation list." Clipboard guy faltered, but chainsaw guy revved the motor, aggressive. Silent guy loomed behind James, a shadow with calculating eyes. James turned. "You don't talk much, huh?" Silent guy stared through him, unfazed, like this was routine. It hit James they weren't HOA. They were imposters, enforcers of a scam. Sarah's voice cut through. "I'm calling the police!" Clipboard guy smirked. "By the time they're here, this is done," he signaled. Chainsaw guy lunged. James grabbed the saw's handle, wrestling it. "Not my son's tree!" Silent guy shoved him hard. James stumbled, his knee slamming the plaque stone. Blood soaked his jeans, hot and fast. The chainsaw roared free, its blade tearing into the maple's bark. A jagged gash spewed splinters like shrapnel. The tree shuddered, wounded. Sarah gasped. "No, stop!" Chainsaw guy carved deeper, the stench of burned wood and gasoline mixing with the sacred scent of crushed leaves Liam's scent. James scrambled up, limping. "You're going to jail!" Clipboard guy shrugged. "We've got immunity under HOA bylaws." James spat. "That's not real!" Neighbors closed in. Jenny filming, Callahan on the phone. "Fake HOA guys again. Get here!" The tree shook under another cut. Fury blinded James. He lunged, yanking the chainsaw's handle. The blade swung, sparking against the flower bed. Both men fell into the mulch. Chainsaw guy sprang up, raising the saw. Sarah stepped between them, phone steady, voice steel. "You're on camera!" Every second, every face. "This hits the news, the sheriff, the internet in 10 minutes. Want to see what happens when you're caught cutting a dead boy's tree on Earth Day?" Chainsaw guy froze. Clipboard guy barked, "Keep going!" But sweat beaded his brow, eyes darting to the crowd, phones everywhere, kids whispering, neighbors muttering. James stood beside Sarah, breathless. "You thought this was just a tree?" "It's my son's memory, our heart." Chainsaw guy's grip slackened. The engine stalled. Silence fell, heavy, pulsing. Even the birds hushed. Clipboard guy clutched his papers like a shield. "This isn't over," James growled. "It's just starting." Grief and rage blurred his VY shown. He staggered inside, heart thumping like a storm. In the hallway, he faced the closet door, hands shaking. That tree was Liam. Under its shade, Liam drew Captain Blaze, vowing to fight bad men in fake uniforms. They'd read Charlotte's Web there, built blanket forts, napped as leaves fell. It was the only place Liam wasn't sick, no IVs, just crayons and wind. Now 3 frauds had scarred it like it was trash. James opened the closet. There, amid board games and a broken lamp, was the megaphone, dusty from Earth Day VY gills. Liam loved it, thinking it made him a superhero. His last year, he'd read a letter through it, voice weak but proud. The street had clapped. That megaphone held his voice, and James would make these men hear it. He grabbed a laminated sheet, Liam's words, written in crayon before he died. "If you're reading this, my tree's still here." Good. Someone kept their promise. It was James's vow, now a weapon. He stepped outside, megaphone in one hand, sheet in the other. The air had shifted. A dozen neighbors lined the sidewalk, phones out, whispers turning to outrage. Someone live-streamed. Another called the sheriff, yelling. Sarah stood by the driveway, tears streaking her face, fists clenched. The men huddled by the chainsaw, its blade jammed in the trunk, smoke curling up. They weren't smug now. Clipboard guy flipped papers frantically. Silent guy eyed the truck. James strode into their circle. "You want to enforce something? Read this." He shoved the sheet at Chainsaw guy. "You cut into my son's grave, the only place he felt safe." Chainsaw guy pushed it back. James clicked the megaphone. Its hum sliced the street. "He won't read it," he told the crowd. "But he carved into the tree it came from." Gasps erupted. A woman covered her mouth. "Read it," James demanded, "or I will." One of us leaves as a grieving father, the other a coward in a fake uniform. Chainsaw Guy hesitated, hands trembling. James pressed. Tell them who Liam was. Why this tree matters. Why you tried to erase him. Silence hung like a storm's edge. Chainsaw Guy's lips quivered. The crowd leaned in, phone steady. Clipboard Guy scoffed. You serious? A bedtime story? James raised the megaphone, feedback cracking the air. This man desecrated a 6-year-old's memorial on Earth Day. Laughter died. The street turned fragile, phones tilting like witnesses. Sarah stepped beside James, camera steady. Chainsaw Guy paled. You won't read? James said. I will. He read aloud, voice thunder. Liam's tree, planted with hope, forever reaching for the sky. Each word struck like a hammer. If my tree's here, someone kept their promise. A neighbor sobbed. James eyed Chainsaw Guy, now trembling, sweat dripping. When I get better, I'll climb this tree and see the world. Gasps rippled. A man muttered, Jesus. Another doffed his hat, mourning. The tree was Liam, a monument, a boy. These men had hacked it like garbage. James faced Clipboard Guy. Real HOAs don't send nameless thugs to cut a child's grave. He shoved the megaphone at him. Your turn. Clipboard Guy flinched, took the sheet, voice barely audible. Liam's tree, planted with. He faltered. Louder, James snapped. Forever reaching. His voice cracked. He stopped, whispering. I can't. James leaned in. Cry harder. You're reading every word. He turned to Chainsaw Guy, offering the megaphone. I didn't know, he stammered. You knew enough to swing. James shot back. Chainsaw Guy took it, knees buckling, and read the final line. Liam Harper, May 10th, 2015 to April 3rd, 2022. Silence. Then a sob. Chainsaw Guy's raw heavy-whining. He dropped the sheet, hid his face, and wept. 6 phones caught it, some live. Comments rolled. They did what on Earth Day? Fake cops crying justice. James raised the megaphone. They came to destroy a memorial. They exposed themselves. Silence fell like a curtain. Sarah posted the VY Deo at 12:05 p.m. On Nextdoor Raw, 25 minutes long. By 12:15, comments flooded. This can't be real. They hit my street last week, same truck. By 10 p.m., 9,000 shares. It spread to Facebook, X, Reddit, hitting regional forums and HOA watchdogs. The headline blazed. Fake HOA thugs attack child's memorial tree on Earth Day. It wasn't just a trite, it was every fragile memory people guarded. At 4:50 p.m., a doorbell clip surfaced, same truck, threatening a widow's wind chimes. Another showed them fining an elderly couple $500 for a mailbox. They were ex-contractors, fired after a lawsuit, now running a scam, targeting the vulnerable with fake notices. Sheriff's deputies arrested them by nightfall at a motel. Chainsaw Guy curled up, muttering about a boy. The story hit local news, then CNN. Flowers poured in, one marked, for the tree that fought back. 2 nights later, 80 neighbors lit candles, playing Liam's favorite song. You've got a friend in me. James laid a new plaque. This tree stood against liars. So did his father. They planted a second maple, the Sentinel, beside Liam's. Every Earth Day, Willow Creek closes the street. Kids draw caped heroes in chalk. The scar tree stands, a lightning gash wrapped in messages, speaking Liam's words through a solar-powered speaker. If you're sad, I'm here. It's more than a tree now, a judge, a witness, a rallying cry. But some neighbors whisper James went too far, shaming broken men. Others call him a hero. The debate lingers, justice or vengeance?
If you were the one in this story, how would you react? Would you stand up and fight back, or accept the unreasonable pressure and control from the HOA? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with more people. Your small action gives us the motivation to keep bringing you more intense and engaging stories. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.